So here's Legend, which sadly is not open. But we are inside. You can take a look at that motor. Not sure if this motor is vintage from the 1930s or if it's part of the replacement, but it's still cool to look at this. There's that. And the issue here is not that there's a mouse, it's that they are refusing to run the mouse. It is completely defunct. I mean, you can look at that. At least I can say I've sat in the vehicle. Like Desperado, I was able to just walk right up to it. And here's a look at how defunct it is. You can see them ripping this thing apart. This is so sad. Here's a look at those brakes up close. Wait, is that wood that's on those brakes? It is. Look at that. And here is the operator control panel. Inspected for 2026. So technically this ride is approved to run. The vehicles, as you can see, there's a mouse on them. It's that sign that says Mad Mouse. I mean, it's not like they're doing a ton to keep you off this platform, so. So those skid brakes are not replaced with the full replacement of the structure. That's old drive system right there. Those are skid brakes. It's such a shame that they won't operate this though. And this is really sad. Seeing a carousel claiming to be preserving the past when they're all fiberglass horses. There's no band organ. It's definitely not a vintage carousel. But yeah, this is hopeless. You can see the trains are disassembled. Look at those glorious buzz bars. I want it. So something that is worthwhile about Arnold's Park is they have a museum here. It's like an old funhouse with the slide here. And that is not the only element of a funhouse that is present here. We've got this barrel. This looks like the one at Bushkill. And on the side of the barrel here, I noticed something interesting. We've got the whole drive system for the whole barrel here. And also here's some chains from Legend, I believe. Perhaps that's Legend 1930 to 2022 and not the current ride that's here that chain came from. We've got some funhouse mirrors in here. This museum is like a funhouse, like the slide, the mirrors, it's all here. But it's also got more than a funhouse. Well, I believe this would have been part of a funhouse. I don't know why idiots are throwing coins in there, but, or a bowl. Like, why are you throwing glass in there? That's why we lose places like this, because people do that kind of thing. And interesting to many enthusiasts will be these old ride vehicles. So it's got an antique cars. This is the brake lever right here, you see? So how this works is when you do this, that's how you brake it. That's how the ride operator will brake it. And that's how you turn it to go. We're gonna put the brake on so that someone doesn't steal it. So we've got a dark ride vehicle. This did not come from Arnold's Park. This came from Bennett's Park. This was from Haunted Castle. We've also got some other ride vehicles here. If you've been to Knoebels, you know their bumper cars. They have some of them here. Wish these were running a course and not just sitting here in a museum, because those are gloriously fun to ride. And then we've got some Alan Herschel boats here. Got another loose scooter. And then you can see the ride history thing here. Like, as a museum, I absolutely love this. And then this is Ghost Train. You can see that's where the drive system would be. I'm gonna look underneath to see if this is powered or if this is more in line with Haunted House and Devil's Den. Yeah, so this would be the drive wheel right here, I believe. And that's what would connect to the rail and would make it go. You can see the gears. No, you can see the gears in the back. This is a powered ride. This is not a gravity pretzel like Haunted House and Devil's Den. Here, I'll get on the ground so that you can see that gearbox. I just noticed this is where the drive system is. So that's pretty cool that you have that here. I know on Little America's, in this section, they have a bunny hill, but considering that it's straight, that the straight track is a different color, I am thinking it's possible that track was replaced at some point, as was that straight track. I know that this goes into a bunny hill at Little America, though, on their mouse. But yeah, you can see this portion over there has been cut. Deep sigh. The entry into the lift hill has been cut. Deep sigh. This ride is likely getting scrapped with only a single car going into the Arnold's Park Museum here, if I had to guess. So this may be one of your last looks at the mouse. Here is a look at the braking system. In fact, I'd say this right here confirms my suspicion, because these right here, these look exactly like the things that the track is being bolted to. So back in the day, this would have been a bunny hill that would have gone down that and up that and into this piece of track here. There are some other pieces of track. There's a look at the drive motor. You can see that chain has been cut. It's another look at the brakes. And of course, this structure over the road is sadly not a real roller coaster. Trying to look at these to determine if these are actually roller coaster cars. And then if we look at this track, we can see it's a side friction track. It does not have anywhere to put the upstops on it. It's built to the specifications of of a real roller coaster, but it's built without the cutout for there to be upstops. I was thinking these might be original coaster cars from Legend, but I can see they're not, because you can see underneath they would have the chassis there if they were original coaster trains and not just be hollow like that to be a sculpture that drivers see on the road, because you know, they think nothing of whether there are chassis underneath it. They think nothing of it. So sadly, these are not real coaster trains. You can also see how they're bolted to the track, which, I mean, the track is not accustomed to have, this track is not accustomed to have upstops. So there are some answers of this, I guess, if you may have had them as a coaster enthusiast, to seeing this as an entrance to Arnold's Park. They need to turn this into a real roller coaster, though. Go! Woo! Got a really great pop of air there. So that's gonna wrap up our day at Arnold's Park, and a deep sigh +0 on the credit count, +1 Explore credits, because the mouse. Like, I do count Explorers when I do abandoned coasters, so that mouse counts as an Explorer because I showed off all the mechanics of how it works with the brakes and stuff. But I mean, Legend being down, not too pleased about that. But I mean, as for how the park is run, generally liked the ops. They were very agreeable to allow us to ride things multiple times if we wanted to, so I liked that. But I would definitely advise getting to this place sooner rather than later, because that mouse, that is not their only removal as of recently, from what I've heard. Like, I saw a comment online directed at Arnold's Park criticizing them for all the removals, saying first the Rolo plane, then the mouse, then there were a bunch of other rides that I saw mentioned. Apparently they used to have a knockoff Madhouse that was really low budget that I wanted to see just for comedic effect, and it's not here anymore. Like, so many rides have been removed, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking to replace a lot of their mechanical rides with slides here and just be more of a community park that has things like their 2022 Woody sort of thing. And yes, I did say 2022 Woody because they replaced every piece of wood in that thing except a few pieces in the station. So that entire structure is from 2022. It's not a historic structure, so it should be very low demand maintenance wise. But beyond that, I'd be worried about stuff in this park going. So get here soon.